Yo, say from Sean Shaw. Last who says 1,000 mile journey begins with one single step, but holy shit, goddamn, talk about stepping backwards. All right, you know about Juicy Smoulier. You know that he committed a fake hate crime on the coldest motherfucking day in Chicago. On the coldest day in Chicago, two white men wearing MAGA hats came. I'm sorry, just listening to this story. Two white men in Chicago, Illinois, one of the most liberal cities in the country, came out, put a noose around his neck, and poured bleach on him. Nigga, it's too cold for all of that. I remember that day because it was so fucking cold. It was like a Monday or Tuesday night, but it was ice cold, bro. It was so cold. And this nigga talking about somebody attacked me. But here's what tripped me out. The fact that people believed him. And this goes back to say, like, I find it funny how, like, growing up, I remember seeing this. Don't believe everything you see on TV. Don't believe everything you hear on TV. Don't believe in everything you see and hear on TV. But now we live in a modern day and age where it's like, if you don't believe what you see and hear on TV, you're the problem. And I'm like, that's a problem because, uh, I'm one of those black people who never stood for Black Lives Matter, so I'm considered a coon, Uncle Tom, sellout. All those trashy names that they reserve for black people who say, "Hey, black people aren't victims. We aren't weak. We don't need to blame the white man because that's not our business. We don't hate white people." Yeah, they call people like us who call for peace, Uncle Toms, which is kind of ironic because Martin Luther King called for peace and Malcolm X called for peace, and everyone is just like, no, 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 no. We like the militant versions. We want to be like we want to be the Black Panthers. It's not like you got like they haven't done anything for the community. So, well, really, this whole 10 years has been nothing but elitists making money off the pain of black people, which is pretty sad. But the thing I came to talk about was the fact that they compared this Juicy Smoulier to Emmett Till. Emmett Till, who was murdered, lynched, had his manhood cut off. He was like, his body was so disfigured. He was 14. And this woman, Carolyn Bryant, years later said, "Oh, I was lying. He didn't whistle at me." And these two white men killed this black boy. And I have a joke that goes like, what, like, I don't know why everyone's like so surprised by this believe all women. Just look at what happened to Emmett Till. That's some true shit. Like, yo, they believe this woman, and it's like she lied. But that was the 1950s, and a person like and people like that have, well, shit. We have people who lie about things like that today, which is pretty sad and pathetic. But the consequence of that was he was a 14-year-old boy, got lynched by these two white men, and that sparked like that. That was the worst thing that ever happened because he shouldn't have been murdered. That was just horrible. But to compare what Juicy Smoulier did, to say like he's a victim like that, it's like Juicy's not dead. No one's dead. And instead of being like, oh my God, this poor baby, it's like just look at how he's being treated with these kid gloves by the Hollywood elite. They're like, he's our baby, he's so sweet. And it's like, guys, let this be an average black man. They would tell him to rot in prison. So that kind of shows they really don't give a shit about black lives. They really don't. Because if just like look at what he did. He almost sparked a race riot or a race war in the middle. Like I don't know if everyone else remembers, but I remember when Black Lives Matter control. Everyone looks at like 2020 they got paid $90 million. Back in 2016 they had $100 million. And they got that from 2013, 14, 15, and 16. That was 4 years. They had all that money. And then let's do some more counting. 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 6 years before 2020. They had collecting motherfucking money. That's all they did was collect money. And now everyone's like, oh my God, now after 2020, we have a problem. It's like, yo, it's a goddamn shame that black history is nothing more than a joke in this country. It sincerely is a joke because you see it on TV all the time. Someone shouting out like some, it's wrong, police brutality, white people. You never see, like, you never, like, whenever you hear a black person say, hey, black people, let's look inward and fix ourselves, that person's called a coon and Uncle Tom because, well, that person is correct. He's saying, don't blame white people for your problems. Don't blame others for your problems. Like Mr. Clark said, Lean on Me. Do not blame the white man. Blame yourselves. And that's some true shit. But we're raising young black people to believe it's the white man's fault your life sucks. And I'm going to tell you this. No, little nigga, that's your responsibility to take care of. Don't blame white people. And which, when you have, like, what does I do and everything? Why did Juicy Smoulier come out and do this? Cloud chasing. He already had the money. He already had it. Like, honestly, he had everything he could have wanted. But people like him love the attention. And which is pretty sad. We're giving him all this attention. But look at how he got it. He lied about being attacked. You know how many black people were actually attacked in America from white supremacy? And which he hasn't like it's like imagine like a real attack that happened. And how many times we just brush off like that's not real, that's not real. Why do we brush off real attacks? Like, oh, that can't happen because of what Juicy Smollett did. It's the same thing with false rape accusations. It's like, why would you lie about being raped? That's a real serious thing. And when you lie about that, you're doing more damage to the people who actually are hurt. Because now it's like, all right, next victim, why should we believe you? That person lied. You see how one lie affects the whole community? One lie. And now people are saying, like, it's getting to a point where it's like, you don't like what happened to Jesse? You're a bad person. Then okay, I'll be a bad person. I just find it funny how it's like, look how the black, like, or the social media black community is sitting up here saying, Juicy Smollett is a victim. He's a baby. He needs love. But look at what Ice Cube did for black people, trying to get us millions of dollars in business and corporate stuff. And all he did was talk to a Republican, Trump, and he just called Uncle Sam, and Uncle Tom a coon and solid. It's like, bruh, Ice Cube's trying to benefit you. He's not hurting nobody, but he's a coon, Uncle Tom, and a sellout. Why? How is that a thing? It's like, look at what Juicy Smollett did. Look at what he did. He literally staged a hate crime and tried to play victim, and he refused to say, yes, I did it and I was wrong, because he's a child. He's never gotten told no in his life. You can tell he's never gotten told no in his life. This is a privileged little, and he's still privileged. 5 months in prison for a fucking for a fake hate crime. I recall hate crimes require like probably like I don't know the numbers. I would say 2 years minimum if that's the case. But because his parents have money, because he has connections, he's only going to get 5, and he only get those 5 months because look how big the lie is. The lie got so big that you have to punish him. What he has a light sentence, and it was like he's gonna be suicidal. I was like, I don't care. I sincerely don't feel bad for whatever bad thing happens to Juicy Smollett in prison, which nothing's bad going to happen to him. He's too privileged. They're going to protect him. But if something bad would have happened to him, why should I feel bad? Why should I care that he's in pain because of his own choices? Any average black man goes to jail, or fucking average black man, any average prisoner goes to jail. Shit, you can go to jail for like a fucking like low-ranking crime. Like you probably just got weed on you or something. Like maybe a gram of weed, bag of weed. You get in prison for that. You know what the fuck happens to those men in prison? The most horrible things. But this man lies. He lies, and it's like, oh, it's okay. He just lied. It's okay. What did his lie do? His lie said this: white people are racist. Stop it, you little amazing animal. White people are racist. And oh my God, this cat. Oh, you wonderful animal. It says white people are racist and black people are victims. And that's what Juicy tried to promote. And that's exactly the big problem in this country. That mentality of white people evil, black people victim. That's not a real thing. And that's been promoted for far too long. And it's even promoted by the organizations that claim to help us. Black Lives Matter repeatedly says we're the victim. And it's like, no, we're not. No, we're not. And they even have the ball. Like, I find it funny how Black Lives Matter has the balls to say straight black men are the problem. Whoa. You started this whole organization because of us, for our benefit, because we were getting shot down the street. And then you turn around and say, we're the problem? Huh. That's kind of funny how that works. Are we the problem? Or are we not the problem? And I'm not talking about the black on black crime that's obvious. I'm talking about the fact that it's like, you want to make this organization, you cut the good people out of it. You don't give any money to you don't give any money anywhere, and you lie repeatedly about like racism everywhere. What do you expect? Why is the world so fucked up? Because we have too many people lying, trying to get what they want instead of being honest. Racism is not a big problem in America like it used to be. It is a major problem, but it's not like a problem like, yeah, I can walk down my street, I could walk in a white neighborhood and not be attacked. I may get some dirty looks. Someone may say something mean to me. Someone may even throw a bottle. But guess what? They don't put their hands on me. What the fuck gonna happen? Nothing. I can walk into white neighborhoods. I can walk into Latino neighborhoods. I can walk into Asian neighborhoods. This is an American society. It's a free society. And the fact is, for the past 10 years, we've allowed the media, we've allowed organizations like Black Lives Matter to tell us this country is racist and horrible. And it's like, guys, why did we believe this lie? And look how much money the people got. Patrisse Cullors is a millionaire now. Alicia Garcia is a millionaire now. Tomez, I can never, because she needs like the African woman. All she does is talk about something. We need to do for Africa. We need to do for Africa. It's like, hey, America's right here, and black people in America. You know, before we help them, we should help ourselves. But the organization is not about building up black people. It's about keeping them in the mindset that says slavery, white people evil, and we can't do any better. And Juicy Smollett is a prime example of it, because it's like, yo, he's sitting up and saying, white people holding me down. No, brother, you holding you down. Your weakness is that you think that, like, you think that you're a victim when you have everything. You think that the world owes you something. No, we don't, bro. No, we don't. Whatever bad things happen to you, it's out of my hands. There's a reason why I haven't been to prison, because I know not to break the law. There's a reason why I don't go to prison, because I don't break the law. You guys have a good night.